when you started off, you were working in, I believe it was like your dad's restaurant or your dad owned a
Hmm.
business. But
Yes,
like,
yeah.
a lot of parents, when you mention something of like, I want to be an actor or a musician,
Hmm.
some of them will steer you towards it because then they're like, basically, like, let him try it so that he doesn't come back to us in like 30 years and say, you never let me do it.
Right.
But it seemed like your parents were kind of like, sure, like, go for it. Because I read that you were like enrolled to go to a university or a college. And then like the first semester, you were kind of like, not for me. Like, I'm going to try this acting thing. And then
Uh,
like maybe it was like 3 weeks, maybe 3 months. Then you had like general hospital.
well, I didn't know to back up. I didn't get that far with the college. I wasn't
Okay.
very what's the word I'm looking for? Academical. That's not even a word, but see, that tells you.
Astute.
Um, yeah, I wasn't any of that. I wasn't book smart. I remember thinking in school too. It's like, what? Why do we learn it? I don't need to cut a frog. I don't want to be a frog cutter. Well, what are we doing? And it
Yeah.
was like, or trigonometry or something. And it was like, well, this is yes, maybe you'll never use trigonometry, but it'll teach you how to learn things. Well, why don't you teach me how to learn things I'm going to use in life, like dealing with women, balancing a checkbook, dealing with anxiety or fear or depression or whatever people go through. So I didn't get very good grades, and I was working for. So you were saying like parents. My mom was go for it. Love,
Okay.
just you could if you want to do it, do it. If you can dream it, you can do it. Disney says. My mom wasn't Walt Disney, but she did have a mustache. No, but so I was like sagging. Sometimes I channel him with these jokes.
Yeah.
But my dad was a little more leery about it. And I was working at his restaurant. He was building. He had 2 restaurants. Then he bought another. So there were 3 fast food places. It's sort of like the Greek, like you see in Saturday Night, Live, or something. Cheeseburger thing.
Yeah.
And but he was building the business for me to take over. So he wanted me to go at least get a business degree at the local college by our house. It's called Cypress College. And I didn't. I couldn't find the room that you sign up for. The sign up
Oh,
room.
okay.
Yeah. So I didn't go. So I never made it. But I was still working for my dad, and he was like, "That's it. Next semester, you have to. I'll take you down there myself if I have to. You've got." And I thought, I got to get on TV. I got to get on. How do I get out of this college thing?
Yeah, yeah.
And I auditioned for General Hospital. Yeah, and it was one of those crazy. I've talked about this in the past where I say I auditioned on a Monday, got a call back on a Tuesday, shot out on a Wednesday, and it aired 2 weeks later. And I thought that was just sounded nice. But now that I'm writing this book, if you would have told me, it's called, I'm going through all my old calendars, and that's exactly how it happened. And I'm literally a dorky kid from Orange County. I was gawky. I know people say that all the time. Like I was such a nerd in school, but I was. But I was just coming out of the cocoon. I had like one caterpillar leg out, before the
I'm still in the
butterfly.
cocoon. Shh.
No, you look good. Well, I'll help you out. I'll pull you out
Yeah, yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah. I've
Um,
got my leg is kind of stuck. It's there. It's just not
I'll
breaking
get you.
through. No.
We got Stamos to pull you through. I'll
Yeah.
get you out of there. I get you out of there. I know how it works. And so, I still worked on Sundays at my dad's restaurant because he was like, he didn't know if this acting thing was going to work out, and mainly he really, taught me humility and discipline and you know hard work. And my dad was he was my hero, man. And you hear people talk about their fathers. I don't know what your relationship is with yours.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But my dad was always a hero. People get to the point where they go, "Oh, he's just a human." He was never that. He was always a superhero. He was bigger than life. He was the coolest fucking guy to walk in any, room. So, he treated people. He treated the busboy like he treated his best customer, and it was such a great example to me because I try to do that myself. I love people. I love talking to people. I'm interested in everybody. But I was on the show, and the show started airing, and I'm still working on Sundays. And my dad, and he's like, "You're just keep. We don't know. It was Sunday. I'm your
Yeah.
son."
Yeah.
He's like, "You're my Sunday guy. I can't. You know how to do the safe and everything." And after a while, people were coming in saying, "Hey, could I have a cheese?" Wait a minute, aren't you on? No,
Yeah.
I have a cheeseburger. I said, "Dad, I'm famous. I got to quit." And that was it. I never looked back.